What do you think? Should I let the music just go forever? Just be a whole show of instrumental music?
People would love that. That's funny. I almost tried to beat you to the intro right there.
You did.
But I didn't know if you'd be mad.
I wouldn't be mad.
I know. I'm just kidding.
We'll just let this play out for the next hour.
The music.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on another edition here of Extreme Health Radio. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn some health tips and hopefully get a little bit healthier. My name is Justin, and this is my wife, Kate.
Hello, everybody.
And we're broadcasting worldwide from Southern California. It is a beautiful day here. Isn't it amazing?
Yes. If it's like this next weekend for Memorial Day, people are going to be so happy.
Oh, my gosh.
It feels like the first day of summer today. It is awesome.
It's amazing. And let's see, we just got back from the beach.
Oh.
Wasn't that amazing?
My gosh.
It was so great.
Yeah. Other people are having storms, and we are having the most awesome beach weather.
Yeah, really, really great. Let's see. We do shows on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it looks like Sunday. We'll see. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook, feel free to do that. We'd love to have you join our community at extremehealthradio.com/Facebook. And this is Sunday, May 19th, 2013, and this is episode 101. Crazy, huh?
Can't believe we went over the 100 mark.
I know. It'll probably be about 4 or 5 years till we get up to 10,000. Make it up another, get up to, that's right, 10,000. If you'd like to send us a question or interact with us, you can email me, Justin at extremehealthradio.com, or
Kate at extremehealthradio.com.
Kate.
Correct. You better know how to spell it. Otherwise, we got bigger issues.
We've got issues. We also are on Skype if you want to call us on there, Extreme Health Radio, all one word. Or the number there is 949-505-9585 on Skype. So if you want to call up and interact with us, don't know, we've never had any calls yet, so we're kind of new to taking a call during the middle of an interview, but we'll figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And let's see, this show is brought to you by Amazon.com. If you would be so kind as to support us via Amazon, I know lots of people purchase products from Amazon, and if you would love to do that, that would be so great. We'd really appreciate it. All you have to do is go to extremehealthradio.com/Amazon, and that'll just redirect you to their website, and you can make any purchase you like, anything, doesn't have to be health related, and then we'll get a little commission for that. That'd be a great way to support us. And let's see, Kate, you wanted to start off with a quote, didn't you?
Yeah. I think you wrote it on the board, actually. In our studio here, we've had
That's right.
Whiteboard for some time now, and we took turns writing quotes on the board. And today, particularly, it stuck out to me when I was walking Maggie this morning. I'll read it first, and then I'll tell you if I can turn my head here.
I like it,
Can this microphone turn? Hey, look at that.
Yeah, look at it.
I'm like a long-necked goose.
Like an owl.
Like an owl. Okay, it says, do for a year what others won't do. Do for a lifetime what others can't do. How cool is that?
That's awesome.
Do for a year what others won't do. Do for a lifetime what others can't do. And that just I was walking along this morning on this beautiful beach day, and I was just thinking about how blessed we have been to be able to make this Extreme Health Radio a reality. We talked about it for so long, and to see it come into fruition even as much as it is right now.
We used to go walking and around the beaches, and we just kind of talk about what this could be and all of that, didn't we? Oh, yeah.
And I mean, just even a year ago right now, we had no idea it was going to start as quick as it did last August.
That's right. What is this now? May, June, July, August. So we were 3 months away. A year ago, we were 3 months away from starting the show.
From even starting it.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I mean, I just love that quote, because it's like, I mean, even if, I don't know, it takes such a leap of faith and trust to branch off and do something like this. But my gosh, if more of us did this, including, I mean, we did it too, where we just have taken somewhat of a leap. And if we do, if we did something like this for 1 year, the course of our life is already changing, and hopefully we can do this for a lifetime, what others won't be able to do because they didn't take the risk.
Why do you think people don't do that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is fear. I mean, everyone's afraid.
Yeah.
It's scary to do something
right,
risky and new, and it's just all so snowballed together. Just, you know, what scares us is we're going to fail and not succeed and not make money. And money just, it seems like everybody's just so hard up for money these days.
Right.
And, I mean, you and I have kind of rolled back our budget and lived more on a shoestring budget to make this happen. And,
right.
You know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get afraid of, you know, just what might happen, or maybe a failure. Maybe they've had some other failures in the past, and maybe they don't want to, you know, fail again or something. But, you know, I love it when people branch off and do their own thing, even if it doesn't have to be health related. It could be anything. Like, like one of our listeners, Gasia. Yeah. Has her great jewelry website.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's jewelry. Gasia, Gosia Meyer, Meyer jewelry.com. Mm-hmm. And she does her own business, and I think
so impressive.
She's from Poland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's she writes in all the time, and it's so great to hear from her. And
it's so great getting to know her, and I really respect the fact, I mean, not only does she make beautiful things, but I just respect the fact that she just took the leap and did it. Because you got an email from her one time at the beginning, right, saying that she hated her other job and was stressed out. And was that what? Yeah, I
think it was her. Yeah. Yeah, and it's there's so much of that in the world today, and I think it's just so, you know, to take a leap of faith is, I think it's something that, like you said, a lot of people are afraid to do.
Right.
But if everyone did that and didn't work in jobs they hated, imagine how much better the world would be, and how many more services and things would be.
People are doing the world a disservice by not contributing their true gifts and talents. And and that's just sad I mean, I get that people have to work an office job, you know, just to make ends meet or whatever, but they're sitting there plugging away, you know, doing Lord knows what, when they have this extreme talent that the world is missing out on. It's very sad to me. Yeah,
and, you know, it was funny, when I was, you know, coming up with the idea of this show initially, I was trying to figure out what it was that, you know, in what way could I give back to people, in what way could I help people. And, you know, I thought about all the different options, you know, like
well, for a while you thought of even naturopath school.
Yeah, I thought of naturopathic school, and then I decided against that because A, it would cost a lot of money, and B, it would take 4 years or something to get a degree. And then also I didn't want to
excuse me,
I didn't want to work with people and have that responsibility of whether or not, if people took my advice and let's say they had cancer or something, and they took my advice and didn't make it, you know, I didn't want to have that riding on my shoulders.
For sure.
I had a store for a while. You and I both had shoprawfoods.com for a while, and that was great, but that was just solely peddling products, you know, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And so I thought, what way could I give back? And I feel like, you know, I was learning a lot, you know, listening to all kinds of different health shows that are on the internet, and just, I felt like I got a PhD in nutrition just by listening to this information over the course of years. And I thought, what way can I give back? You know, I didn't want to be like a David Wolf kind of guy, because I didn't want the pressure of having to defend a position. Like, what if I changed my mind about food and all of a sudden wanted to eat a different way? Then all of a sudden I couldn't.
Right.
You know,
there's not a lot of freedom in that.
Yeah, you can't grow. And so I think every one of us could ask ourselves a question like, what talents do we have? What passions do we have that could help the most people? And then
with the most freedom too.
With the most freedom. And then how can I turn that into a business of some kind? You know?
How did this even hit you? Do you remember the moment?
I don't remember the moment. I feel like it was on one of our walks, because on all of our walks we always like come up with some really incredible tidbits or nuggets and
great talks. I mean,
yeah,
it probably just came out of one of those, huh? I feel like we went through so many things though to get to this answer right now where we're at.
Right.
Yeah, God knows we've tried
everything,
a lot of things, and I'm still, you know, half foot in the salon world, which hopefully that won't be the case a year from now.
Yeah, we'd like to completely be supporting, you know, you and I both through this show. So, yeah, I don't know. It just came to me, and I just thought, you know, it's a perfect fit, because if I could just figure out how to ask questions in a good way and be somewhat eloquent, I could probably pull off a radio show, because doesn't require physical products to sell to people. I don't have to buy products and then store them here and then ship them off, or I don't have to be responsible for people's health. I don't have to defend people's position or my position. I don't have to go to school and spend money and be the authority on any subject. And
nor do you have to push products on people.
I don't have
to make sales. I mean, that's stressful.
I don't have to. Just all of that stuff. And so, I'm just so glad that, there were a couple things that happened in my life where I could not be in this. I very well could, you and I both, not be in this position now had we taken other turns and decided to do other things in our life. And I'm just so glad that we're here.
Oh, I thank God every day. I love the way it's turned out. And
we're getting
this is a great adventure.
Such amazing feedback from people.
I know. I'm so grateful. Thank you, everyone who's listening to this.
Oh my gosh!
We're just two people that
care about health,
like living, and
we don't like dying.
Nah, not so much death.
Say no to death.
Say no. Thumbs down to death.
No, it's really been amazing, and the feedback from people has just been so incredible.
And I have to say, you surprised me.
Really?
Yeah.
I surprised you?
I've told you that before. Yeah, I mean, just. It's funny. I wouldn't say you're necessarily a shy person or even a you're not like a. I was gonna say hobbit. I meant recluse. You're not really a hobbit.
They're kind of the same, aren't they?
Not even close. No, but you really value in a group. I don't think you've ever been like that shining star who everyone's drawn to, and people take a while to get to know you. And what's cool about you though is I always tell people, like I've always told my clients, like he's like a little hidden treasure. Like you have to really dig, and then once you get to know you. But I thought when you mentioned this, I thought this is this marries everything together in the perfect marriage, as far as you're really good one-on-one, and you really like to ask questions, and you're really inquisitive, and you really care about health, and you really care about people. So I don't know. I'm excited that
thank you.
God had this for you, and that I got to join you in it. And I've told you that before, but I'm just super impressed.
I know it's funny because people have asked at the gym, what do you do? And so at the gym, it's really loud and all the music's playing, and so you can't really talk a lot. And I don't really have a loud, booming kind of voice, and so I'm kind of quiet and and
you're more reserved.
Yeah, I talk to people there, but it's really just kind of superficial, and,
right.
And they're just completely shocked, So they ask, I do radio. I do a radio show, and they're just like their mouths drop. What?
Like deer in the headlights. Like what?
Yeah, it's wild. But I just feel like for you, what if you're listening to this? What are your passions in life? There's a lot of people who are on the internet or on even more mainstream, kind of in magazines or things, and they sort of carved out a niche for themselves. And I feel like all of us have that gift. All of us have some kind of talent or some kind of gift that we can help people with.
Yeah, we do. We do. And imagine if we all just took that risk, to different levels, and whether it's volunteering or whether it's just quitting up and moving somewhere, or just quitting your job and going for it, what your passion is. I mean, it's so exciting I'm so inspired when I read about people who do things like this. I mean,
yeah, I know. It's so cool.
We didn't cold turkey. I mean, we're still having to make, an income other ways for now, but my gosh, it's just so exciting. Yeah,
and the idea is for the show to support both of us and our little Maggie.
And our 10-pound weenie.
And so we can focus more of our time and efforts in creating a better website, a better show, more informative information.
Being more involved on Facebook.
Yeah, and be able to get back to everyone in a more timely manner.
Right.
And doing all kinds of things like that. And we have a lot of plans for the show, possibly a Tuesday show as well. There's always the idea of longer shows, adding time to the shows. And so all of that requires just, more money to do. And so as we continue to grow, we're going to be adding these things, which is really exciting. I think.
I do too.
So yeah. So
I loved when, by the way, side story, when people at the gym thought there were rumors started that you were a landscaper. Do you remember that?
I remember that, yeah.
I had a couple clients come in going, so your husband, can I get his card? He does landscape,
He does landscaping, yeah.
Not even close. This was when you did computers. I mean, it was just so funny. I'm like, no.
Complete opposite.
Probably because you're tan, you look like you work out, and you like being outdoors.
Yeah.
I don't know how it started, but it was funny.
Oh my gosh, so funny. So people think I do landscaping.
Apparently, that's the word on the street.
That is funny. So we got a lot to get to today in our show. Where do you want to start first? You want to start with some, let's see. Let's see, where do we start first? All right, let's talk about the juice cleanse you're doing.
Oh, it's kicking my booty.
Kicking your booty.
I'm attempting to do a 3-day cleanse. I cheated a tiny bit and had a piece of an avocado and 1 square of mango.
Yeah.
But other than that, and that's just, I was listening to my body, to be honest. I felt like I just needed a little something. But I started it 2 days ago. This is my second day.
2 days ago, okay.
And I've been doing 3 juices a day. And
I thought you were doing more than that, no?
No, just 3.
Just 3?
Yeah, somehow I'm okay. I'm like drinking a ton of lemon water.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just got to the point again where I was just feeling so cruddy. And
yeah, I was going to ask you why.
Yeah, I feel like all my digestion and liver gallbladder issues had kind of, dissipated, and I thought I was doing good, and I think I let my diet slide a little bit.
Yeah.
Still doing gluten-free, eating really well, but for me, I think I was adding back in like brown rice pasta here and there, and I did it 2 days in a row, and I think it worked me.
Yeah.
And that was when the flare-up of the gallbladder happened again, and I'm like, I just don't feel good. Super bloated. So yeah, I'm attempting a 3-day cleanse again, so tomorrow will be my last full day of it. And then after that, I'm just going to continue to be very stringent. Stringent? Is that a good word? With my diet, and just really stick to raw and, some cooked, like fish and stuff. But I have to be careful how I combine and stick away from anything processed, really. But
right.
I'm feeling pretty good.
So you said when you're done with the cleanse, you're going to do more raw, you said? Yeah,
I need to. I mean, yeah. I don't eat a lot of non-raw, but I feel like I need to be more careful how I combine and what it is that I don't eat raw. Like I'm going to, rarely have that cooked gluten-free pasta. Right. I felt a lot better when I was just throwing some wild salmon on a salad and tons of juices, tons of salads. I just feel better. So it is hard. My hat goes off to people who do these. Oh my gosh, even 3 days is really hard.
Yeah, really
tough. Hard.
But you're also doing it for baby Stellman too, right?
Oh, upcoming baby Stellman.
Who's not even
not
around yet.
Who doesn't exist.
But we're doing some cleansing, for pregnancy and stuff too.
Right, which I think is really important. And also trying to clean up my diet and start maybe somewhat of a new protocol to get rid of that uterine fibroid I seem to have problems with here and there.
Right.
So when you keep it in mind why you're doing it, it makes it.
So you've done, 3 juices a day? Kind of morning, afternoon, evening thing?
Yeah, I started, what is this, Sunday?
I never know what time it is when you do the juice. Yeah, today's Sunday.
Well, what happened is I wasn't going to start it until today. And Friday night, we didn't have any food. Do you remember that? So we just made I made a juice for dinner.
Oh, right.
And that's all I had that night. And I was like, why not just go from here? I woke up the next morning and I was like, it just seems like a good time to start this thing. So,
right.
All day yesterday, I just had 3 juices. Today, I've had 2. And a bunch of water, and I'll have another one for dinner. And then tomorrow I'll just do the same thing, and then I'll slowly add in like salads. And it makes me nervous. The last time I did this a few months ago, I felt really, really good after the 3rd day, and I wanted to keep going, but I did know knowing me, my energy level was a little too low to have to go to work and stand for 12 hours and perform.
Oh yeah.
So I needed something.
Because you have to be on and you have to be on and then also do a good job and all that,
right? And it's fine. I felt like I could have kept going had I been in a position where I could just chill and do small walks and read books and just not expel a lot of energy,
right?
But I did. I remember being scared to add food back in because I felt so good.
Oh wow.
So I think on Wednesday I'm going to be a little scared to add it back in again. But
well, you could start out with something like
I'm going to do a salad.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you going to say?
I was going to say something like an apple, like a piece of fruit, or like something juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Not like a steak for breakfast.
Yeah, for breakfast.
Just kidding.
Steak and eggs.
That's what kind of mood I'm in after this cleanse, people.
Oh, man. We had, Gossi actually wrote in, was asking about doing a juice cleanse herself. And she recommended doing or she asked about whether or not she should do the Andrea Cox juice cleanse down in San Diego. And I told her of a couple different juice kind of programs that we promote on our site, but I suggested she go to see the Andrea Cox because you could do, I think you do colonics, because she has a whole spa there, and you could do colonics and enemas and juice cleanses, and so you can kind of have the whole thing there.
Where is she again?
San Diego.
Okay.
And
wow.
Yeah, so I recommended that. There's a couple other really great juice cleanses that we promote, a couple of products on our site.
Yeah, which ones are they again?
They are the Get Juicy Cleanse by Philip McCluskey.
Oh, that's right. You had him on the show before I joined you, right?
Yeah, he was episode number 5.
Okay.
And he lost, I think, 200 pounds. I think he did a 30, 60, and a 90 juice day, or juice fast.
Juice fast?
Uh-huh. He did that, and he lost over 200 pounds juicing.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was over 400. Now I think he's around 180.
Oh, my gosh.
And his website, if you're interested in his stuff, he just recently launched a new website called Vimergy, VIMERGY.com. And he has his blog on there, and his wife's blog is on there, and he sells lots of products too. So
I looked him up last month. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he's great. And then also Drew Canoli.
Oh, right.
Juice Up Your Life. So if you go to
I love that. Juice Up Your Life.
Juice Up Your Life. If you go to extremehealthradio.com/juicy, that's Philip McCluskey's juice cleanse.
Okay.
And then extremehealthradio.com/juice up your life, all one word. That's Drew Canoli's.
How long does Drew's go for?
Drew's goes for 30 days, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's awesome though. And so I recommended those to Gossia. And there's also a cool juicing, cleansing kind of thing called Nectar Juice Bar.
Oh, right. We have one close to us.
Yeah, we do. And I think you can order these. You could be anywhere in the country and you can order these.
They ship them to you?
They ship them, yeah. Overnight them. FedEx,
really?
I think, or they come in packed ice, dry ice and all that.
Do they use the that machine I'm obsessed with? What's that thing called?
Oh, they do.
The juice machine?
They
what is that thing called?
It is called the it's called the Norwalk juicer.
That's it, the Norwalk.
Yeah.
So they slow press it or whatever, so it stays. It holds its enzymes for how long?
They say up to a week.
Wow.
But what you could do is, what a lot of people do is they'll juice it and they'll fill up. They'll actually put a little dab, like a teaspoon of honey, into a jar, like a mason jar, and then they'll fill up the jar all the way to the very, very, very top of the container and put the lid on, and then keep it really, really cold. And they claim that because it's slow press and it's a press, the enzymes will stay intact.
Really?
Yeah.
And the honey doesn't do any kind of like glucose raising or anything?
Well, it does, but honey is the most enzymatically active wild food there is.
Is that more than pineapple?
I believe it is, yeah.
Wow.
And so when you put a dab of honey in it, it keeps those enzymes going and things.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I bet it adds a little yummy to it.
I bet. And there's also
I'm craving that.
one called juicefeasting.com. I'll put all these links on the show page, but juice feasting is a concept where people can do long, extended juice fasts.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Well, I just can't believe how mental it is. This is how I felt when I did that that overall body detox through my naturopath a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah?
It's really mental. It's like it brings stuff up that you're like, you just didn't know you had those emotions in you as far as how you feel and how you feel about food and how like...
I know.
I mean, it's pretty trippy.
It's amazing how much food is interconnected with our emotional state.
It's huge.
It's really weird because once you start taking it away,
right, then
you're just really... all these things come up. And a lot of people drown out their sorrows or their depression, and they mask it with food, or food reminds them of maybe times with their mother who's no longer here.
Right.
Or
so they love baking, cooking, eat. I mean, my gosh. Right.
Yeah, there's so much, emotional ties to food. It's crazy.
I know, there is.
It's really weird.
It has surprised me.
Yeah. So now you're on this is day 2, right?
Yep. One more day tomorrow. I shouldn't be looking at it like, one more day and then, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. But then I will feel really ready to eat something.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's hard.
I wonder if you do more than 3 days, if it gets easier.
I'm sure. I think you have to. I don't think tomorrow's actually going to be that hard. I remember this the last time. Day 3 isn't really bad. I feel like I could keep going and going and going. But I don't have that time this week. And
yeah, because you have work this week with people. You can't be...
right.
Well, you know what, though, they say is that when you don't have any food in your body, your brain works better because...
You're less foggy because you're not processing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. I'll let you know. I'd love to just take like a week or 2 off and try hardcore to do it. It would just be... You'd have to really commit, but...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We have a break to run here.
Our first break. You were going to say another break.
Another break, but I didn't.
Let's do it, but you didn't.
So this is for a really cool product, one of our favorites, One World Whey, and that's from Synergistic Nutrition, and it's just really an awesome product. So let's run this ad, and we'll be right back after this break. If you're like me, chances are you've tried lots of different whey protein powders and different protein powders on the market. The 2 I like are Sun Warrior Protein and One World Whey. One is vegan and one is not, but One World Whey, I love it. It's 100% raw and grass-fed, coming from Amish farmers with healthy cows. It's an incredible product. It's got about 25 grams of protein with each scoop, which is really, really high. It increases the glutathione levels in your body. It helps to eliminate heavy metals and toxins out of your body, as well as radioactive fallout from chemtrails. And it helps to decrease inflammation in the intestines, which helps with having healthy bowel movements. It builds lean muscle, and it's great for your skin and anti-aging. It increases your energy levels. It's really, really a great product, and it's not just for building muscle. It has so many benefits, and you can learn more about all the benefits of this incredible product at extremehealthradio.com/whey, WHEY, and it's put together by Synergistic Nutrition, and One World Whey is the product name. I highly recommend checking it out. If you are interested in buying it, please consider doing it through us. We'll get a little commission, and you will see what I'm talking about. You're going to be hooked and addicted to this stuff. So consider this product as part of your daily protocol. Maybe put it in your smoothies, and it's really, really a great product. So thanks for listening, and let's get back to this interview.
I always wonder what he's saying.
Yeah, what is he saying?
I don't know. It's a different language? Or is it just like mumbo jumbo? Oh.
He's been running.
He actually speaks. Oh.
All over me?
I don't know. Sure.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go with that.
I'll go with it.
That's the longest we've ever played him. He's good, though.
Oh, he's so good.
I like that kind of music a lot.
I know. I love it.
I feel like I'm in New Orleans on a porch. I'm still going to be playing the banjo this summer.
Are you? You threatened, but I see no action.
I know.
I see no action.
Action will be starting shortly.
Starting shortly.
It will. I will be investing.
That's so cool. I love that.
I know. It's so peaceful. I feel like I should have a mason jar with moonshine or something. Oh, there he goes. He's not speaking English anymore.
There he goes.
Is that like Cajun? Is that what you'd call that?
Yeah, maybe.
Huh.
I like that too.
I do too.
Sounds good. Have you ever had Cajun food?
I actually don't think I have. And we've been to New Orleans. I'm like ashamed.
I know.
But it's hard when you eat this way to, you know, I felt like my options were limited at the time. I'm like, can you make a raw Cajun?
Is there something raw you could make vegan? Raw vegan Cajun food? Can I just have an enzyme? Do you have that?
In my case, without onions and no dairy.
Oh my gosh.
They wouldn't know what they'd like slap a piece of shrimp on the table and be like, here you go.
Yeah, they would
with
have
salt on it.
No idea.
Call that Cajun.
So funny. So the big news today going around the internet.
What's the big news?
And not just the internet. All over.
What? You're looking at me.
Angelina.
Oh.
Crazy, huh?
Angelina and the boobs.
And the boobs.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
Her double mastectomy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to think about it.
Yeah, there's so many people talking about it. It's absolutely crazy.
It's causing quite a ruckus.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to start this conversation.
Yeah, well, it's something that people have been talking about, and everyone seems to be chiming in, different takes on it. But I wonder if she even had the surgery done.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, we were.
Do you think she actually had it done?
I don't know.
Couldn't she have been a paid person for the medical industry somehow? Couldn't they have paid her to say,
I carried the gene that is the breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say? She had a 68% chance of developing it in the future.
Yeah.
To me, she could have easily been paid. And I was saying earlier, like, if you can get her to sell a $100 tank top, if she's wearing it and all of a sudden everyone in the world wants to buy that tank top.
Right.
That's still pretty influential for a movie star to be able to do that. But my gosh, like, to be able to sell a life-altering surgery, slashing open and taking body parts away, that just blows my mind.
Didn't you talk with someone who said that this is going to change the world of surgeries or something like that?
Who was I? I was talking with somebody, and Angelina Jolie was on the cover of People this week about her whole ordeal, and whoever it was saying like, "Oh, this is such a amazing, awesome woman who stood up and did the right thing," and it basically made it sound like it was absolutely hands down the right thing to do, and that this was gonna just motivate so many more people who had this to go out and do it. And I'm interested to see what that count actually will be.
I know, it'd be interesting to see if you could get a real number of the amount of mastectomies that happen,
right,
like in 2012 versus 2013.
I'm wondering if there'll be a giant jump. I wonder if she really had it done at all.
I don't think she had it done.
Part of me wants to think that way too. I don't know either way. And if she did, she's silly because
breasts don't cause cancer.
Well, like I was telling my sister the other day, we were having a conversation. Like, yeah, when you actually think, we're so spoon-fed this information that we don't even think twice about it. But when you actually start using your brain and just step back and go, your breasts don't cause cancer. Like, they're not causing it, like,
right.
Having breasts does not cause you to get cancer. It's what we're doing that we're
if my doctor tells me that they do, then they do, right?
Apparently. And then you have a whole other set of problems. You're buying into that diagnosis, and then you get scared, and then you react. And that's what they want people doing. There's so much money and so much power in it, and then so much sickness for the people that are that fall prey to it,
Yeah, it's the same analogy as if you have a headache. Your body's
I love that analogy.
Your body's not deficient in Tylenol.
Right. You're not lacking Tylenol.
Or Bayer, It's
right.
not like I have a Bayer deficiency.
Right.
I went to the doctor and got my blood taken, and he told me I have a Bayer deficiency. You're low in Bayer today.
Your Bayer level is extremely low.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? People just remove body parts for because they
think it's preventative, or
yeah.
I don't know.
But my other question was, what happens if she ends up still getting breast cancer? Like, let's say it's actually true that she had this procedure done. Do you think that if she were diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years from now, that they would even release that information?
Probably not. Or they'd find some way to blame it on some other kind of a cancer, not that gene, or hide it.
The breasts only work on this gene, and it could be another gene that causes the cancer.
They probably, if they'd go down that road at all without completely hiding it, they probably would say something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just scared that, and then, what's scary to me is what they're rebuilt, reconstructive stuff. I get that people have done it, and, there's other reasons why people have done it and whatever, but,
do they put something in to reconstruct, like a breast implant?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or do they do you just wear like a more padded bra kind of thing?
Well, I think some people choose not to have reconstruction, and that's when they just wear more of a padded bra situation. But I think when they go in and reconstruct, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm under the impression that they're actually rebuilding. Like, you don't have that tissue anymore. So that's when the silicone and the, you know, all the things foreign to your body are inserted into your body, which is a whole other health disaster.
Yeah, because people don't realize that when you're putting this foreign substance into your body is reacting to it your whole life.
It'll just be rejecting it on different levels, and it's going to pop up, and it could pop up. I shouldn't say will, but many times I think has popped up in
different
numerous. You know, I mean, because I was reading a bunch of blogs about there was a certain blog post, and then a bunch of people responding to it about just how sick they've gotten after getting a tattoo for a lot of like the ink purposes. And
I had never heard of that.
I haven't either, but I mean, I've dabbled for years in kind of wanting a small one, something kind of cool, and I mean, excuse me, that was enough to kind of scare me the other way.
You go the Daniel Vitalis route and get covered.
Well, he doesn't seem to have a problem, which is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And most people don't. I mean, I anybody on the street with a tattoo, no, and I would not go get that block of ink. That would be so gnarly, and I don't like needles. So go Daniel.
So you wouldn't get the tattoo that Daniel has?
Well, no, not that Daniel has.
No, but I've never heard of that, really, people getting that sick from tattoos.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that had words that were posting all kinds of crazy things that they immediately, like, never had these problems before, and within, like, a week or a day after, they started having all these medical weird problems. So,
really?
Yeah.
So the double mastectomy from Angelina Jolie, I have a kind of different take on it, and my take is whether she did something that she thought was necessary or whether you believe that it wasn't necessary, the question to me is, why does it even matter? Why in our culture do we think that even if she's going to go out and campaign for this kind of thing, why does that even matter?
Right.
Why does what Angelina does matter in any way at all to your life?
Because people are bored with their own life, and they put way too much stock and energy into caring what other people are doing. I mean, that's the whole basis of any kind of TV.
That's the
any
problem.
Kind of hero.
In my mind, that's the problem.
Well, yeah.
The problem, it's more of a problem that we care what she does than the fact that she had reconstructive surgery or the fact that she's out campaigning for this to be done.
Right.
So that's my problem, is that people care what she does.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's my problem, is really just the fact that we just worship celebrities. We worship all these people. We watch TV and we're taking on the opinions and things of all these people. I mean, it's just crazy to me. Like, why is it that what she does is important at all in my life? I mean, she hasn't changed my life in any way, shape, or form. And you know what? Something that I got really turned off to, just being in my field of the salon, with there being so many magazines, so much fashion, beauty stuff around me, I stopped caring. Like, I just don't pick them up anymore. I mean, even on a break, I'm more like doing something that matters in my life instead of, I mean, I'd rather call a friend and talk to someone than waste my time and energy just reading, especially the fashion magazines, or I don't care what all these people are doing. And once I got out of it, I found it so freeing and so refreshing. And I don't even know who half these people are anymore. It's just like... And it feels good, doesn't it? It feels really good. And they wouldn't have any power over anybody if nobody gave them the power. That's the problem. Everyone's just like worshiping these people. And we care what they think about certain issues. I mean, just it recently came out that Bono is kind of doing stuff for Monsanto. But I know. Whether you think that's good or bad, it's irrelevant, really. Right. It's irrelevant. Because... I mean, why are we even putting any stock into what these people do? It just blows my mind. Right. It completely... Well, I don't mean to, like, you know, not say that they're not talented, but, you know, they're musicians, they're actors, they're... I don't know. I mean, I get, honestly, more out of talking to these people that we talk to on this show. That actually adds to my life. I mean, going to a movie's great. I have no problem with that. I'm not, like, saying I'm
I'm never going to go to a movie or judging them. But
right.
My gosh, like I'd rather spend so much more of my time and effort and energy learning something, helping people, helping myself.
Right.
If we all just stop focusing on, but that's the problem. I feel like people are stuck in these sad lives. They don't have anything what they think is good in their own life.
Right.
I'm not saying everybody that reads these magazines or watches movies, but people just give it way too much stock. They put too much stock into and they romanticize these people's lives. That's the problem. Like, sure, they have more money and they can do more things and it looks glamorous, but at the end of the day, they're just people.
They're just people, and they're no different than you and me. And I mean, that's another reason why so many people eat bad food, is because they're depressed and they want to live through, vicariously through these people. And while they're doing it, they want to numb their pain, their emotional pain, with food.
Right.
And, to me, the whole Angelina thing is completely meaningless. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me, because if I'm strong enough in who I am, if I'm weak enough to be influenced by Angelina Jolie, if I'm a woman, I mean, there's a problem with that, I mean, there's a real issue there that, I mean, we shouldn't even know who she is. I mean, really. Mm. But I mean, movies are great. I have nothing against movies. It's not, I mean, she's very talented, really pretty, very talented and good at what she does, but
just that kind of influence to encourage people to go out and lose a body part just blows my mind.
To me, that takes way less. It's way down on the totem pole. And if you compare it to why people are even upset or how they're being influenced by her, I mean, that's the real issue to me. Is she could go out and campaign and champion this cause till the lights, turn out or whatever. But she could do that, and that's fine if that's what she wants to do. My issue is, people believe it, and people really, are influenced by her. That's my problem. I mean, she could go out and do anything she wants. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If she really I believe that she's really just misled, and she doesn't understand health at the level that we do, or most people do. And we don't even understand health. I mean, 1/10 of what some of our guests understand health. And I don't think that they understand 1/10 of what's actually going on in the body.
Yeah.
So imagine what someone like her has been influenced by. And, I feel bad for her, but I don't blame her, because she's doing the best that she knows how, and
I hope,
and she thinks that she's doing a good thing, and that's a good. And sometimes a placebo effect is the best, one of the best things you can do. Placebo effect, and really believing in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
if she even had it done, though, that's the thing.
Yeah,
she might just be in cahoots with the insurance companies or the medical, whatever.
The medical mafia.
Sure. Yes. Great.
I don't think that she even had it done, to be honest.
You don't?
No, I don't think she had it done. I don't think she had it done, but that's just me.
Neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. It really, and the very fact that I could get upset about that,
it's a waste of our time.
Is a waste of my energy, right? Because we could be focusing on other things and doing things and helping people and learning, and so we don't need to focus on any of that, right?
No, thanks for bringing it up.
All right, so we are up against another break here. Let's see. We're going to run the Vitamix ad. So if you haven't had a Vitamix blender, definitely consider, especially for the summer months.
I was going to say, summer around the corner, you'd use that thing every day.
Oh, it is just...
We use ours like 4 times a day now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've been using it a lot more now because on my juice fast, I've been blending my juices when I'm done really lightly with a bunch of vitamin C powder.
Oh, right.
And that on the lowest level, so it's not like becoming frothy or warm. And I've been using it. I love that thing.
And you can make all kinds of things. So check out the Vitamix blender. So a few years ago when I was working for this company, it was a really small company, and I had been wanting a Vitamix blender for years and years and years, but they're so expensive, and I just hadn't saved the money at that time to get one. And so as a Christmas bonus, they knew that I loved the Vitamix, so they got me a Vitamix, the 5000 blender. And that thing is so incredible. It was right at the beginning of my raw food journey, and I was using it about 3 times a day, really. Today, I still use it about twice a day to make blended smoothies and things like that. But the Vitamix blender is really, really great. And if you go to extremehealthradio.com/Vitamix, that will redirect you over to there, and then you'll be able to purchase that, and we'll get a commission for your order. And you'll also get free shipping too, so that'll be great for you if you're interested in saving about $25 on the shipping. And with the Vitamix, you can make sauces and dips and bread. You could make ice cream with it. I've done a lot of ice cream. You can just make the most incredible things. And it's my favorite because it's got a tamper on it. And you can put ice and frozen berries and avocado and some honey and things like that, and with no water at all, and you have that tamper, and you can make the most amazing ice creams with it. So the Vitamix is my favorite blender of choice, and if you're in the market to buy one, I would greatly encourage you to do so if you have the money for it. And if you do it through us, through extremehealthradio.com/Vitamix, I'll get a little commission for it, and you'll get free shipping. So it works out for you and for us too. So if you're in the market, please do it through us. That'd be really cool. And you're going to love this thing when you get it. You're going to fall in love with it. You'll never go back to a regular blender again. So check that out, extremehealthradio.com/Vitamix, and I hope you enjoy it. All right.
I have to say that Vitamix can blend your arm up. It is so powerful. You know?
It is powerful.
That thing has so much power, it could probably do some damage.
It could do some real damage.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, that thing is so cool, though. I mean,
it pulverizes just frozen fruit, like big chunks of frozen fruit, just like...
It makes such good... I like to do the blended, like, berries with a packet of stevia and an avocado with no water. Just nothing.
It's like creamy.
It turns out all creamy. It's so good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We got a few listener questions to get to. Jeanette writes in. She has... let's see, she wrote in to our newsletter series, and in our newsletter, in the very first newsletter I send out, I ask people to write back and let me know what some of their health concerns are.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just do that because I want to know kind of what shows to put together and what kind of guests to have, and just generally know where our audience is,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, and so she writes in and says, responds to the very first email and says, I have Friedberg's infraction, 1 metatarsal of the left foot, 2 in the right. I struggle with inflammation and trigger points all over my body. Also mentally with focus and motivation. I think I have food allergies, sensitivity to dairy, grain, sugar, processed food. It comes out in facial swelling, congestion, lack of energy, mental fog. I've done raw vegan and have had tremendous results. However, I'm 20 years old and am supporting myself part-time with work 7 days a week and trying to go to school.
Oh, wow.
It has been extremely stressful and I have limited income for food. Wow. Jeanette, wow.
Good for you, first of all.
Yeah, that is really cool.
It's impressive.
And to be on this path at 20 is pretty impressive.
I am jealous.
Yeah. It wasn't until I was 27 until I woke up and figured out.
Yeah. And I started to wake up at 27, but didn't really give into it till like 30.
Till 30, yeah.
Give in.
So when you're as young as you are, even with your health challenges, there's really a lot of room for growth and stuff.
That is really neat.
Food allergies, sensitivity to dairy, grains. Yeah, so obviously I hope you're cutting out dairy, grains, and sugar and processed food. It says you've done raw vegan for a while and have had tremendous results. Raw vegan's a great cleansing diet.
It really is.
And if you know how to do it right, you can keep on that diet for your whole life, like David Wolfe. You have to do it right. There has to be some things that you do to make sure you supplement and do things right. But raw vegan is great. So let's see, facial swelling, mental. I would, if it were me, Jeanette, if I were you, I would focus on cleansing. I'd probably focus on doing some herbal cleanses. There's the Arise and Shine cleanse. That's a good one. There's the Clean program, Dr. Alejandro Younger. We interviewed him. And then there's one that we promote called the Juva Cleanse.
Oh, right.
And with Dr. Charles Partito that we interviewed. And all of those are really, really good. So I would do an herbal cleanse. I would try to get your gut healed.
Because from what we're learning, it seems like the gut is just the stem of all issues.
The gut is where it's at for everything. So I might recommend talking with Dr. Stephen Hines in San Angelo, Texas. We interviewed him recently. I might recommend, let's see, Konstantin Monastyrsky, I think is his name is. He wrote a book called Fiber Menace.
You should put that on the site too.
Yeah, Fiber Menace. And we interviewed him, and that was a good interview. And he knows all about the gut. I would focus on, he actually wouldn't say, he doesn't recommend cleanses like that.
Oh, he doesn't?
He does not, no. He has really radical views about stuff like that. But, you know, if we can take different pieces of what people say and piece them together and what works for us.
I was going to say, we're all so different. We're all wired. I mean, what works for you might not even work for me, vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Cool.
I would recommend some colonics and enemas to get that gut clean. Maybe do some liver cleanses. Really get your digestion working, because I think if you fix that, I think the majority of your problems will go away. There's liver cleanses you could do online.
Yeah.
You can figure out how to do those. A lot of them entail lemon juice and olive oil and things like that.
I'm so grateful for this day and age, just all the information out there available to us, you know?
I know, it's amazing too, because you have, it's like the worst food ever, McDonald's and all this kind of stuff, processed food. But then we also know how to heal more so than we ever have.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So we have, let's see, Brian writes in, I hope you're enjoying your week of rest. I emailed you a question 2 days ago. I want to be more specific. I chipped a tooth near the back about a month ago, not in the bite surface, but near the gum. My dentist wants to fill it as soon as possible with a composite filling to prevent bad bacteria from getting in and causing cavities and gum issues. My question is it necessary to have it filled, or can I expect that the repair will happen on its own? I eat a superfood, super herb, vegetarian diet and use neem oil, coconut oil, and DMSO on my gums and teeth. Thank you, Brian. Wow, I never tried DMSO on my teeth.
And neem oil.
And neem, I hear that is really powerful.
That's funny, because the guy at the nursery told me to do neem oil on the, or neem, some kind of a spray on my vegetables.
Oh yeah, it's really powerful.
Right, interesting.
So, with teeth issues, I would find a biological dentist. That's the first thing I would do. For us, we flew from California to Texas and went to Dr. Stuart Nunley. And his website's healthysmilesforlife.com. And I would recommend going there. Take the plane ticket, put it on a credit card, whatever.
And you could call up there, I'm sure, and just tell them the story and see what they say, because they might have really good advice as far as how long you can wait on something like that, or what's important to do in the meantime, or if you need to get that right away. But man, the more I'm learning about teeth, I mean, it sounds like you already know this, but gosh, health-wise, they're everything too. It starts in your mouth. Yeah, it starts in your mouth, and I think it's worth the extra money you have to spend to go get it done right. But yeah, and I've heard that every tooth reflexes to the colon, a specific part of the colon, and backwards. It's wild. It's amazing how all this stuff works. I know David Wolf always talks about this whole thing. He's got a whole cracked tooth that he never got fixed. And still hasn't? Still hasn't, but he uses like the Rife machine on it, zappers on it, all kinds of different crazy techniques. But I would start off by you might want to get a book called Cure Tooth Decay by Ramil Nagel. We interviewed him. I think he's episode 15 or something like that. I would recommend getting on his website and looking at his stuff. I think the first step is just not going to a conventional dentist, because they're going to tell you that bacteria is bad, and they're going to want to put some composite on your mouth or on your teeth. It's not biocompatible with your body, and then it's going to reject it or just cause you other disease. And cause an immune response. I love that people are caring about their dental health, though. I mean, I know. It's so easy. It's so foreign for people to think outside of the traditional dentistry box that we've all been put into.
Yeah, because they're not taught anything that's on the cutting edge at all. Dentists have no clue.
Right. They're really good at taking away your pain if you have something tragic happen or something very acute right away. But my gosh, I've been taking better preventative care now because I don't want to have to be faced with that kind of a situation where I have to have an emergency,
right? Where
I would have to find someone that I believe in, and I don't know, they're not all that common. So finding them is a little bit hard.
There's a guy that's close to us, and I shouldn't say that dentists have no clue, but I would say that they're just not privy to the most cutting edge research that's being done.
I agree.
It's not that they're not privy to it because they aren't allowed. It's just that they don't have time to do the research because they're so busy. But man, the people that are on the cutting edge are really, really.
Those are the guys you want.
Those are the guys you want. So if you're interested, we also support or have a product that we promote. It's called the Healthy Mouth World Summit. If you're interested in that, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/mouth, and that'll take you over to there. And there's a whole series of interviews that they do teaching all about biological dentistry, and it's just really amazing. All the people they have on there, and some of those guys we're going to have on our show. So
that's helpful.
Speaking of the juice cleanse a while back, we're working on Joe Cross. Did you know that?
I'm very excited about Joe Cross.
Yeah.
Has he got back to us yet?
His girl did, and we're working with her to try to nail down some dates. And it sounds like he travels back and forth from LA to Sydney.
Oh.
And so
that's the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
Yep.
Oh, he is great.
Yeah, he's really cool.
He's our people.
He is. He's full Australian.
And you're half, so it works out. We'll have a lot in common.
That's right.
And I'm related to you now, so it works.
So our kid will be a quarter.
That's true.
So yeah, those are some ideas for your teeth. I'm sorry that we don't have more. You may want to consider adding. See, it says you did superfood, super herb, vegetarian diet. You may want to consider animal food. I know Ramil Nagel's a big fan of doing animal food, and he talks about some of the reasons why we have tooth issues is because of vegetarianism. You can take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if that's true.
Is he talking more just meats or like dairy as well?
Meats and dairy.
Huh.
And he has this high vitamin butter oil.
Ooh.
That's supposed to be really good.
What's in that?
It's a concentrated form of fat-soluble nutrients and vitamins that's only in, apparently, according to him, it's only in this this butter oil because apparently the cows are fed grass, and I think the grass they're fed with is sprayed with ocean water, I think, so the grass has all the nutrients, and then they make the butter from the cows that eat that kind of grass. It's the rapidly growing grass during the spring season. And then you make a butter with that, and I think you somehow concentrate the oils of the butter too. So it's, I think during our interview, he mentioned, like, if you want to do one thing to prevent cavities, get on that product.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's the product. I'd have to listen to the interview again, but it's a pretty interesting thing that he talks about. That it's called high vitamin butter oil.
I'd like to try that.
Yeah, so those are some ideas. You may or may not be interested in eating animal products. I understand that. So that's just something to consider. So let's see. So I want to thank you, Brian, for writing in. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I want to ask the listeners, do you guys have any ideas for surfer's ear?
You want to ask that?
Swimmer's ear, yeah.
Oh.
I'm wondering if our listeners have any. That's usually when you have water that gets lodged in your ear.
Right.
Because ever since I started surfing again a couple weeks ago,
yay.
For those that don't know, I couldn't surf for 6 years because I had a torn ACL and couldn't surf as a result. I never had surgery for it, so I've been kind of doing prolotherapy for that. And so I didn't want to surf for 6 years. So anyway, I went surfing again, and I got all this water in my ear, and it's been in there ever since.
How do you know? Because when you lean down, you can feel it.
I can feel it in my ear.
Can you hear okay, though?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear fine. But the problem is that if I jump in the water or take a shower, and any drops of water that get in my ear seem to just stay there. So I'm wondering if any of you have ideas on how to get water out of your ear. Have you ever heard anything?
I don't think I've heard anything. I've never had it either. So I mean, everyone's probably had their ears plugged up for a while, but that is really annoying.
Yeah, it's no good.
I remember being in high school and sitting in Spanish class, and all the surfers, because we had a surf team. I mean, we're right on the ocean.
Right.
And all the surfer guys would come in, and, the bell would ring, and we'd start class. And within like 10 minutes, there would just be water like oozing out of their noses. All over their papers, all over their books, like tons of them too. Like we probably had like 10 guys a day that water, because they'd been surfing for first period or whatever.
How funny.
And would come into school, and I just always thought, that's so funny. That water just keeps coming, and it kept draining, and that's a true love of the ocean right there.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how they got any women.
But they did.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Surfers.
One of them became a professional, so there you go.
That's right.
Isn't that funny?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if any of you guys have any ideas on how to get rid of water in your ears, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts about that.
Cool.
Let's see. We have a great DVD that we've been watching lately called, what is it called? How to take care, how to heal yourself? How to take
Why
care
am I
of
spacing?
How to take care of yourself, I think.
You want me to go get it?
No, that's okay. I'll put a link to it on this show page. But it's by Dr. Stephen Hines. And after we talked with him, we went ahead and got his DVD off his website. And that DVD, if you're having any digestive problems, the whole thing is a digestive thing, right?
Yeah, and this couldn't come at a better time for me on my cleanse. And I'm just super encouraged by it. I mean, we only listened to a fourth of it last night, and we're going to watch some more tonight. But I love it. It is so, he explains what happened, like not only how to heal, to heal your gut and to even get close to start to healing it, we have to understand all the background, but how the body even works. And I have no idea. I didn't know what an esophageal sphincter was.
Yeah, and we were talking during the thing. We paused and we're just
blown away,
and just really interesting that we're not taught this information in school. I mean, the most basic of human functions, digesting food, is never even talked about.
Yes, and the stuff I'm learning is just, my gosh, in the 45 minutes or whatever we've listened to so far, I can't wait to hear more. I think the thing that was shocking the most so far is that digestion actually begins
in your brain. Yeah. Before you even taste food. It's the smell of the
he was saying
food.
You walk by a pizza place or a bakery and you smell and that's when digestion starts without even having taken a bite of the food. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that triggers some kind of neurological response and triggers hormones. It cascades all the way down into your stomach, and you start producing enzymes, all based on the smell.
That is fascinating.
Walk by a bakery and a pizza place, and your body starts getting ready to eat. That's amazing.
Wow.
And so if you have any digestive issues, you should definitely check out that product. We don't sell it. We don't make any money off it. The products that we do sell just so happen to be products that we believe in, just like this one. But this one, he's not offering any kind of affiliate program. It doesn't matter, though. To me, I just want to promote stuff that helps people. And
yes.
His whole thing is starting all the way from when you eat to when you eliminate, what happens. And it goes through all the processes, how your liver works, how your gallbladder works, cleansing, enzymes, hydrochloric acid. Remember he was talking about the stomach acid, and it's actually, you have your stomach acid range should be in a range from, I think, 1 to 1.5.
Oh yeah, it was more than battery acid.
It's more than battery acid, which is like a 2.5.
Right. So
it's just amazing that you can learn so much about such a simple function of your body. And
I'm learning it's not so simple. Like, it might start out simple, we complicate it and throw things at it and gunk it up, and then it becomes this, like you were saying we paused it during watching it too, and you said if we would have eaten like this, we wouldn't be doing all these cleanses and enemas and all this stuff to rebuild basically what we've ruined.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to
But who knew?
Be taking such a drastic approach to getting back on track and healing ourselves.
Yeah.
Had we just eaten the right foods our whole life, even if we ate the wrong foods, even if it just wasn't the diet that we grew up on.
Yes.
If it was just something else. Like, let's say we're supposed to be raw foodists, but if we ate a paleo diet even, or if we're supposed to eat meat and we ate a raw food diet, even if we just did that and didn't eat McDonald's and bread and pasta and all this stuff that just ruins us, even if we just did that, let's say we're even wrong about it, but we did something even just more healthy.
Right.
We wouldn't have all the problems we're having.
I agree. Yeah. I'm just trying to get back to like level again, square one.
So that DVD, if you want to check it out, it's on hopewellness.com. It's either Hope Wellness or hopewellnesscenter.com. I'll post a link to it. It's a 4-hour DVD. It's about $40. And, your digestion is everything. And it's just think of it as an investment in your health. Just think of it as an investment in your future, and disease prevention, because all this stuff, it all goes back to digestion. Well,
and if you're in this phase of life like we are at this spot where you think about your future kids, I mean, it's going to... I remember when we got our first colonic, that lady was pressing on my stomach, trying to help everything go through the colon and excrete all that stuff. And I remember her saying, how are you supposed to bake a healthy bun in the oven if you have all this crap in here?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, my gosh, and that's digestion right there. And you wouldn't think that'd be linked to anything with being pregnant or having a baby. And yet you have all this crud built up for years and years in your body, and expecting everything to turn out okay is just, it was pretty mind-opening.
Yeah, and he was talking about over 80% of back pain can be healed
that was wild.
From digestion cleansing and things.
Wild.
Yeah, because it's the size of your colon, and it gets expanded. That starts pushing on nerves, which are connected to tissues. So you can see how the digestion really affects. He was talking about headaches,
right?
Skin problems. Everything is caused by not having a properly functioning digestive system. And for me, I mean, we could all use digestive help. I mean, a lot of people have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, colitis, all these things.
Even ADD.
Mm-hmm. And so for me, and maybe perhaps for you listening, maybe you don't have these really
heavy diseases, disturbing problems.
But, why not get on the bandwagon and get even better? Whatever you're doing, why not just improve it?
I love that there's the group of people out there that are doing that. I mean, we do it in a lot of areas of our life that we don't have issues with yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't even imagine. It seems like it takes a disease or a disturbance in your body, unfortunately, most of the time to wake people up to this.
Right.
But once you have it, you're like, man, if I would have taken better. I mean, I wish there was a way to... I mean, I know you have to experience something to basically care, but prevention is where it's at these days, I believe.
Yeah, prevention to me is everything.
If the younger generation, if they taught more of this stuff in schools, if they got the real information out, I know more people would care and have way less problems as they even got into their early 20s, like Jeanette or...
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's tricky because with digestion and food and things like that, people don't see any of the effects because they're so young and they have these hormones, and whether they're men or women, but they can get away with so much. And, a 15-year-old can eat a hamburger and feel fine, and whereas I couldn't. But so why should they? But if people started taking a preventative approach, so maybe you're listening and you have okay digestion, or maybe it's never been better. But if I were you, I would get this thing and watch it. It's 4 hours, and just get a whole crash course on what's going on with your digestive system.
We're going to loan it to people after we're done with it, our family and friends, because it is very important information.
Yeah.
He is so smart too.
So smart, and we're going to have him on again.
And he's funny.
Yeah, he is, huh?
I like him.
Yeah, he's really cool.
He's a really neat guy.
And so hopefully we're going to have him on again, because I know a lot of people wrote in and liked...
they liked that show.
Yeah,
I was going to say episode.
Yeah, so we've got a few other things to get to, but we've got 2 other DVDs that we want to talk about, but I think we'll save those to the next episode. Some really, really good ones. So we'll save those to the next episode.
Okay.
And I've been watching a couple documentaries myself that maybe we'll save for the next episode.
I like that.
Really good documentaries. But we've got a couple of fun facts with Kate, don't we?
I was going to say, we better have time for fun facts with Kate.
That's right. And we've got, let's see, a quote that you wanted to say.
I do.
So yeah, those are some of the things that we discussed on this show. Just at the very beginning, we talked about our show itself, and maybe for you, maybe how you can start living your dream.
Yes.
And then let's see, what else did we talk about? Angelina Jolie. And
we did talk about her.
The juice cleanse and
yes,
this DVD.
I want to quickly tell about my weird dream. You're always talking about your dreams.
Sure.
Kim Kardashian, a giant grub coming out of your shoulder.
That's right.
I had a weird dream last week where I woke up and it was so real, where I was looking down at my leg. I was walking around and all of a sudden I noticed, like I'd never noticed before, there was a giant growth coming out by my knee to the outer part of my leg. And I remember thinking, what the heck is this? How come I let this get so big so fast? And I never realized it was on my body. It was really strange.
It was coming out of your knee.
Yeah, it was like this growth. It looked like I was becoming like a tree, or I don't know what it was. So I remember coming home and touching it, and it didn't have any feeling. Like it had no I guess it just was like dead. It was like a dead limb or something. And then I realized it looked like a plant or something, like a potato.
Oh, wow.
So I cut it. I got out a knife and I cut part of it off, and it was a sweet potato. I had sweet potatoes growing out of my leg.
Oh my God.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
That was weird.
Yeah.
I
would have no idea what that means.
I don't either.
It looked like a ginger or like a...
It looked like a big giant like sweet potato yam looking thing. It was like orangish red in the middle.
Oh, wow. What is that?
Good thing we didn't try to eat it for dinner. Yuck.
Cook it up.
Ew. I am my own food source.
Oh my gosh, you're growing your own.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that anymore.
That's hilarious.
Okay, fun facts with Kate.
Here we go.
Magnesium-rich foods.
Magnesium-rich foods.
Yeah, so we all need magnesium.
Okay.
I don't know if we get enough, but these are the foods they're in.
No, that's the number one mineral people are deficient in.
I thought it might be.
They are.
We got sunflower seeds, pine nuts, cacao, okra, which I have actually never had. I'm interested in this. Flaxseed, dill, almonds, sesame seeds, spearmint, pumpkin seeds, basil, spinach, chives, broccoli, Brazil nuts, watermelon seeds.
Oh, wow. I wonder, I'm sure they're talking about the black seeds.
They are.
Wow.
Yeah. I try to always eat my watermelon now and my oranges with the seeds, because that's where a lot of the nutrients are in.
Yeah.
And apparently minerals and vitamins and things like that.
And David Wolf says if you eat seedless fruit, you become seedless.
Oh, you eat death.
Well, as a man, you become seedless.
I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's not good.
So I don't know if that's true, but
eat your seeds, men.
Yeah, you don't want to not eat the seeds of these some of these fruits. Like I blend up when I do my green smoothies. I'll blend up the core of the apple.
Yes, that's so good.
And eat the apple seeds. I know a lot of people say that's dangerous, but I do it because it's got...
Why do they say it's dangerous?
I'm not sure why. They have some kind of, I think, a little bit of cyanide in it, I think. A little bit. Yeah. But I'm not sure if that's true. It's got something in it. If you're listening, you may know. But it's got something in it that people say is dangerous. But it's also very cancer preventative, too.
Look at you, caution to the wind.
That's right.
Should be your first name, caution to the wind. That's interesting.
So you got another one.
I have the top 5 superfoods.
Oh, okay.
Aloe vera, spirulina, chia seeds, extra virgin coconut oil, and barley grass.
Huh.
I thought wheatgrass would have been on there, but I don't know the difference between barley grass and wheatgrass.
I don't know either. I've heard there's a difference, but some people might put liver in there too.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you eat animal foods, because of the great, all the good stuff that's in the liver.
Blah.
Wow.
I think that's cool when people can do it. I just hate the taste, but
yeah.
Okay, here's a good inspirational quote for you.
Oh, are we finishing?
Oh, shoot. I thought we were.
Is it time to sign off from everybody?
I think. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
When you are... Hey, wait a minute.
Actually, wait, what did you say? Wait a minute.
All of a sudden, I have this quote, but I hope I didn't use it the last show.
No, I don't think you did.
Okay, because you know the one I'm talking about.
I think I know the one you're going to talk about, but let me just close out the show first.
I'm sorry.
No, because it would be nice to leave everyone with this quote. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here on another edition of Extreme Health Radio. This is episode number 101. So, again, you can check it out, extremehealthradio.com/101. And you'll be able to find all the show notes and all the links that we talked about on that show page. And let's see, I want to thank Mike Adams of Natural News Radio for having us on his network.
Who also had a really good article this week on the Angelina Jolie.
Oh, that's right.
Mastectomy. So check that out.
That's right. Yep. and that's on naturalnews.com. And let's see, if you could do me a favor, I know that a lot of you guys listen while you're maybe driving or doing other things, going for a run or something like that. But whenever you get back to your computer, if you could do us a huge favor, we would really, really appreciate this. It would be a great way to support the show without donating. And it would be really easy, super easy for you. It takes about 2 minutes, not even that. It takes about 30 seconds to do. If you could go to extremehealthradio.com/love, LOVE, that would be a great way to support us. And what you do on that page is simply click a button on that page. And if you've done it before, if you could do it again, that would be great. It just clicks a button and it takes no time at all to do. And if you cannot donate, we understand that a lot of people are having problems with money or issues with that. Money's tight these days. So if you cannot donate, please go to extremehealthradio.com/love, and Kate and I would be really, really appreciative of that. Just click the button that's on that page, and that will help support us without donating or doing anything. It'd be a great way to support us. So if you can do that, we would
keep the shows free and fun.
Yeah, so if you can just make sure to remember that when you go home, or if you're driving when you get home, or whatever, when you get back to your computer, that'd be really, really helpful. So again, extremehealthradio.com/love.
I don't know how it keeps it fun, but that's okay. I just got excited about that.
That's right. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
The final quote.
It's from Kevin Hall, author of Aspire, which I don't know if that's a magazine or what that is.
That's a book.
Oh. Ooh, I didn't do my research. It's a book.
It's a book.
Okay. When you are on path and on purpose, you will meet people who have been waiting for you on your path all along.
I like that. So that's kind of similar to what we were talking about earlier.
Yes, and that ties it all. I feel like we went full circle.
We did.
Want me to read it one more time?
Yeah, so he's talking about when you're on the right path of your life, doing things that you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So say that again. I like that.
When you are on path and on purpose, you will meet people who have been waiting for you on your path all along. And I feel like that is 100% true with our journey so far. I feel like we have met people and been put in people's paths, and they've been put in ours, even more so than when we first started this. So
I like it.
I love when you're doing your purpose and you're fleshing it out in the dream, and it becomes very apparent that that's what you're supposed to be doing. So
I love that.
That is the inspirational quote for the week.
I like it.
Because maybe the day.
The day.
We end with a quote every time.
Yeah, we should start. I think we're going to start doing that, ending the quote.
Yes, I love it.
The shows with a quote.
I love it.
All right, everyone, thank you so much